blessed to have you here because that means you are looking for alternatives for you to start your business, and debt-free opportunities are the best alternatives to go for. Okay, if you guys know me, I've been on YouTube for over 6 years talking about these type of opportunities. I've helped startups, churches, nonprofit organizations, tech companies, and so much more get millions of dollars in grant funding. And I've been doing this for 10 years. You can check my record, okay? And I'm a certified grant writer. I'm so blessed to be here with you guys. And in this live stream is going to be very quick, all right? I hope you guys can hear me. So let me know if you can hear me in our new mic because we got a new mic, okay? But I'm hoping that you guys can hear me thoroughly. So come on in, friends. I'm so happy to see you guys here. Hey, good morning, everybody. Hey, Noni. Hey, Lady H. Hey, friends. I'm so blessed to have you guys here. Now, last night I did a quick live stream, and I'm so blessed to say that one of our channel members, which is Rio is our brother here on his channel. He's always on our live streams. He's always tuning in, and he's always taking down notes. Well, last night we discovered that he actually won a grant. He won an accelerator program. So shout out to him. He definitely stated on the live stream that it was because, he's been following up on the information I've been giving him. So that is literally live proof, living proof that all of the things that I'm telling you about and the different ways that you can search and apply to grants is actually like good tips, okay? I'm a 71% successful grant writer. So I didn't get this 71% just overnight. This is 10 years of my expertise and hundreds of thousands of dollars spent in the education so I can develop my skill. Now, I give you guys how to search and apply to grants so that way it motivates you to apply to these opportunities yourself. Or you could just simply, hire a grant writer, right? So let's get down to it. Let's talk more about it. Hopefully Rio joins us really soon. Yes, and it was such a pleasure to hear last night that he actually won the grant. Okay, so let's get down to it. Now, grants is debt-free opportunities that you simply don't have to pay back. So there's no credit checks. There's no personal information needed like your ID and your social security. And also you don't have to worry about providing bank income statements simply because these are opportunities that you're not paying back, right? Exactly. So you can find these grants. I always talk about these three main websites, but you can visit grants.gov. Grants.gov is usually that's where a seasoned business will go, right? That's where you will find grants that are funded through the federal government or other high, big earning private sectors. Now, in order for you to qualify for those type of grants on grants.gov, you do need to have at least 2 years worth of your business tax returns. Now, if you are a startup and you don't have that information put together, then I would not advise that you start at grants.gov, okay? So in other words, you can start with these other two websites I'm going to give you, okay? So you have grantwatch.com. That's like my favorite one. Grantwatch.com is literally my favorite one. Good morning. I'm new here. You look gorgeous this morning. Thank you, Deja. Good morning. Thank you guys, everybody. I'm so blessed to have you guys here. If you guys don't know, I'm actually here in Nigeria on a big grant opportunity. So if I can do it, you can do it too, okay? All right, so the second website I want you to write down is called grantwatch.com. Now, I'm going to get through this information quite quickly because one, they play music and copyright, right? And then two, I didn't want to take up too much of your time today. It's Tuesday, right? So grantwatch.com. Grantwatch.com is a $40 a month subscription. You do have to pay for that one in order to have access to the details of the grant that you are looking at or you want to apply to. But it's so worth it. Last night, I actually showed you guys and walked you through how to apply to, how to search for those grants using that particular grant search engine. A grant search engine is pretty much the Google for grants, okay? So grantwatch.com. Now, the last one I would give you guys is Hello Skip. Hello Skip is a nonprofit organization that helps small business owners and startups get funding opportunities, right? So that could be, loans, lines of credit, credit cards, grants, accelerator programs, incubators, whatever have you. Hello Skip is an app you can download on your phone, and then you can search for other opportunities that you can apply to. Also, what I like about Hello Skip is that they help you with answering these questions. Okay, so if you are not confident in your creative writing skills, then use Hello Skip to get started with learning more about grants and how grants work. Okay, so I gave you grants.gov for my seasoned business owner, grantwatch.com, and then Hello Skip. Okay. Have anyone? Yes, absolutely. Rio. Hey, Rio. Congratulations, Rio. Rio is actually here with us in the chat. And Rio gave us like his testimony last night. He actually won an accelerator program. So go, Rio. Go, Rio. Go, Rio. Rio, go ahead and share with the chat and motivate the people and let them know that grants are a real thing and that you have actually won. And just explain to them like how you feel about the whole entire situation, right? So that way you can motivate others in this chat, because there's some people that, they just have simply a negative mindset about going for these opportunities because of the trauma they most likely been through. It's not easy getting approved to these grant opportunities. It takes consistency to actually win. Let me give you guys an example. I always give this analogy, and I'm going to give it to all of my newcomers, okay? The person who goes into like a gas station or a corner store and they might buy like a scratch off every day, where they actually have a higher chance at winning on one of these scratch offs versus you who just gets one every now and again. That's simply because they're giving themselves a chance each and every day at potentially winning one of these opportunities. And it goes for the same for all opportunities you go for. No opportunity on this earth is 100% guaranteed, no matter whether it's personal interest or you putting money or bribing towards it. You never know when somebody will come across the table and have a much higher, return or whatever the case may be, and they might go with that person versus you. I myself and my other friends, we spent hundreds of thousands of dollars in education thinking that we were going to get these big medical jobs, like getting our nursing license, nurse practitioner license, also getting, becoming doctors and PAs and stuff, just for us to go to these interviews and we do a really stellar job on these interviews and we have the certificates, we have the degrees and everything, but we don't get the guarantee of the job. So that just shows you right there, every opportunity is 50-50. So whether it's going for grants, loans, lines of credit, or credit card, and also the same thing goes for loans too, honey. Yes, especially right now in 2025, knowing that there is no Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, I would not advise anybody to go for any of those traditional lending opportunities, simply because there's no CFPB to protect your money. The whole purpose of the CFPB, which is a federal bureaucrat, is literally to protect us from any type of penalty fees and any fraudulent, insufficient activity that these banks and institutions might actually put on us. Imagine one day waking up and you got $100 negative from your account simply because you don't have a revolving 50K in your bank account every month. That's not fair to you as their member. That's not fair to you as a consumer at all. So because we don't have the CFPB available, why would you want to go for loans and put yourself deeper in debt? And if you just want to make money, then use the income that you have and invest into others that's around you that already has something going on. You can get a return on your investment sooner than you think, and then you could just set up residual income from there. Or you could just simply invest into like real estate and other things. Do group economics, get into stocks, get into crypto, but you just simply don't have to go for those type of opportunities where you have to keep putting yourself in debt. You know what I mean? All right, so back to grants. Hey, Rio. Rio says, yes, I was consistent and I invested Hello Skip and other sources that Shelby recommended. Also, there are free options. Thank you. He also says that I was super specific and locked in and tailored the grant pitch to the grant I was applying for. The more you prepare, the more you stand out. Having your LLC, pitch deck, and business plan, etc. Yes, exactly. And I'm always talking about those things. The best ways, and I just did a short video on this, but I'll give it to you guys right here. The best ways for you to actually increase your chances of approvals with these debt-free opportunities like grants, accelerator programs, and incubators is simply to be properly prepared. Having things like a business plan, a pitch deck, and a pitch video that explains like your service or product is what's going to really help you with delivering how you are like deserving of that opportunity. Grantors are looking for a clear, concise, compassionate, and compelling story. They don't want the AI story, they want your story. What makes you so different from your competitors? How do you plan to persevere through your challenges? These are things that you need to outline in your business plan, in your business pitch deck, which is like the PowerPoint version of that. And then also, this is information that you can put inside of your video. You know what I mean? Yes, my 16-year-old thinks that grants are just like the lottery. I don't feel that way. No, grants different from the lottery. Some of them can operate like that, but that's not really how it works. There's 4 different ways that you can win a grant, right? And I'll school some of y'all, but I know none of you know already. One way is through a raffle, so you can think of it kind of like a lotto. And so a raffle would be like they will randomly select you out of the pot, and then they will review your application. If your application is completed in its entirety, then they will go ahead and announce you as the winner. But if they pick you out of the winning pot and your application is like missing some information, then they will just throw your application out and they'll go back to the drawing board. So that's one way you can win a grant, through a raffle. The second way you can win a grant is through like a first come first serve opportunity. So we saw that with COVID, relief funds. That's when they were giving out that $10,000 SBA targeted advance, allowing us to receive $10,000 per employee. But hey, there was only like a couple hundred million in that pot, and so it's first come first serve type of situation. You would actually see a lot more first come first serve grant opportunities in your local state governments, right? So for example, grants for New York, grants for Miami-Dade County, grants for Houston, Texas, grants for, y'all know, Southern California, things like that. Okay. So those are like the first come first serve opportunities. So that's number 2. Number 3 is through a pitch competition. Okay. So pitch competition would be like you would submit the application, and then sometimes you have to pitch your idea or your service or product and what makes you so impactful and different to like a panel of judges. So it can be virtual or in person. Okay. And so pitch competitions, think of it like Shark Tank. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you guys have seen Shark Tank with Damon John and Mark Cuban and all of the other amazing investors, right? That's a pitch competition. Okay. So you have those. And then last but not least, you can simply win these grants through a judgment. So this is when you want to be very thorough, detailed, polished, professional, like I'm always saying, on these answers, because it's the type of questions that they're asking. You would know that you have one of those like judgment grants by just simply looking at the grant guidelines. Okay, so I go over all of the details. We dive deeper into the grants in our Sunday grant classes. Okay, so make sure you join my channel as a member. It's just $3 a month, and you'll have access to those replays, and also you'll have access to come to our intimate setting where we are diving deeper into these grants. Okay. All right. So Rio has won a grant. It has made me so happy. I promise you, because it just like it makes me happy to know that one of my amazing members actually won a grant, right? And so soon at the beginning of the year. And then 2, it just reassures me that I know what I'm talking about. All right. Not just from me winning grants myself, but also sharing this information for free live on YouTube every day. And you guys actually taking in these tips and winning these opportunities for yourself. It doesn't cost you any money to submit any of these grant opportunities. It simply just costs you time. And if you're willing to aggressively apply to these grant opportunities, just like how you aggressively need these opportunities yourself, then you got to put that aggression somewhere, right? You got to put that into applying to these grants. And then you never know when you can win one of those $50,000, $100,000, or maybe $1 million grant. Cool? Cool. So I wanted to give you guys like the last 15 minutes of this live stream to ask me any questions that you might have regarding grants. I told you what grants are, how to search and apply to them, and the best tips to have with, kind of increasing your chances of approvals. So let's have a conversation the last 15 minutes. I don't want to take up too much of your time because it's Tuesday, and also I got stuff to do. As you can see, I'm outside. All right. Y'all like my Nigerian gown? I got a Nigerian gown on. It's called a boo-boo. All right. So that's the last thing I needed to pitch video. You know what? I was thinking about doing a separate video. I have a video on YouTube about how to do a pitch video, but I think it's kind of outdated. So I was thinking about doing a new video on how to like modernize your pitch video. You know what I mean? How to make it spicy. Especially now we have all these new AI tools. We got all these new like editing tools like CapCut, and you can use Canva and InShot and all these other things. So, that video that I did, it was like back when I was still living in Miami. And obviously I have not been living in the US for the last 3 years. So I think that it's about that time to do an updated video on how to like properly edit and put together a pitch video. And if essentially it's like a commercial, you know what I mean? A commercial about your service or product, what makes you so different in your industry, like, you know what I mean? How you're innovative, how you do things differently. And if you were, rewarded an opportunity, how would that be impactful to your business and your customers, right? So how would that increase your quality of your service and product and all of that good stuff? Okay. All right, so Rio has an extra tip. He says message the accelerators and grant rewarders after applying. So it's optional, but some instances you get a reply helping you stand out and build rapport. Absolutely, that's a really good tip. Building a personal, like some sort of relationship with the grantors, definitely helps secure your funding for the next however many years. Some of my grant peers actually they consistently get grants, even myself we consistently get grants from the same exact hub of people simply because we return back and show them this is what we've done with the grant opportunity. You gave me $10,000. This is how I reinvested in my business, was able to make this income, and also it was able to be impactful to my customers, allowing me to give them different incentives like BOGOs, percentages off, and also giving them like extra value in whatever I have. Right. So when these grantors see that, they see that you are a trusting entrepreneur, somebody that they can continue consistently, right? Give you like a charity gift or reward. And then they know for a fact that you are a well deserving entrepreneur for it. And so they'll just have you on the list as personal interest. There's some grants out here that you can do that with, especially the local opportunities. You get in good with your commissioners and all that good stuff in your state or in your city, state, and town or whatever, and you'll be able to take it from the next to the next level. Okay. Renee says I signed up today. Yes, shout out to you, Renee. I actually seen it, so I'm going to send you the email so that way you can complete the grant form, and I'll go ahead and apply to the $10,000 grant for you. Yes, I saw it earlier. I was going to shout you out before we got out of here. Oh, I would definitely love that. Yes, yes, let's do it for sure. Definitely, let's do it for sure. All right, so what other questions do you guys have? This is so great. I'm so blessed to have you guys here, as usual. But this morning is like different. We celebrating Rio because Rio won accelerator, and accelerator programs are actually my favorite. The reason why is because accelerator programs not only give you money sometimes, but they really give you tailored support, like support that you actually need to develop. Like it puts you in the room with the high earning people in your particular market, which allows you to ask certain questions that you possibly can't really ask your friends and family who haven't gotten to that level yet. So imagine being in the same room with someone who makes hundreds of millions of dollars already in your industry, and you get to ask them, what is their order of operations? What is their processes like? What systems and softwares do they use? How do they hire their team? How do they keep their team? What is their standard of operations? SOPs, right? So you get to ask them all of these great questions so you can find different ways that you can implement those $1 million ways inside of your business development process, allowing you to already be a big boss like you are. The accelerator programs also will put you in a room with a networking with investors and other sponsors and donors, individuals who just simply want to give out charitable gifts to help them on the back end for their taxes, but also they want to invest in your idea. So why not take on the investors? Let me tell you something. These big tech companies like Uber, Tesla, all these other places, there's no way they wouldn't have been as big as they are if they did not gain on investors. Hence why they also put them on the stock market so that we can be investors too. We own shares. I own shares of Apple. I own shares of some of the alcohol y'all like to buy. All right. And all of that other good stuff. Right. So being a shareholder, right, it's obviously you don't get a chance to make judgments and stuff because that's not the type of shareholder you are, but it does allow you to invest, right? So that way they can continue to produce a quality product or service. So yeah, it puts you in a room with the big bucks, the people that you want to be rubbing elbows with. You know what I'm saying? Okay, what question? Yeah, that's funny. We were just talking about accelerators a few lives ago, and I said if I could choose, I'd rather win accelerators versus a normal grant. Speak your dreams to fruition. Manifestation on the live streams. You understand? Like this is living, this is proof for everybody who's joining the live. Rio literally won an accelerator program. And it's like, this is living, this is actual proof live on YouTube. Like, I've never met Rio in real life. I'm all the way over here in Nigeria, hence my outfit. Okay. But Rio's over there. He's putting in the work, applying to these different opportunities, and giving himself the chance every day. And I encourage you to do the same. Don't sleep on yourself. Just do it. All right, just do the work. And we also have to get out of the mindset of just looking for a handout, right? And some of us may not feel. I've also noticed, right, in some of my consultations, I noticed that Some of you all, you want to go for these grant opportunities, but you are not confident in your creative writing skills. Well, yes, not having good spelling and grammar can definitely decrease your chances of, approvals with these opportunities. So, like, if you say something like, "Oh, I want to use this grant for me to be able to hire some people, and I want to also be able to invest in my marketing or whatever." Like, if you say something like that in your answer, obviously it's going to decrease your chances of approval, simply because you need to be professional. Show some professionalism. You are a founder of a company, for God's sake. So you got to show up and show out for your product or service. You got to show that you believe in it and you're committed to it. And one way of showing that you're committed to it and not just doing it because it makes money is actually by giving it a chance on each application and really trying. So develop your creative writing skills right there. And you know what, if you don't know much about like grammar, spelling, and how to increase, like, how to sound very good, how to use certain high key vocabulary words, there's like so many YouTube videos on here. You guys love YouTube, so get on here and find different ways that you can increase your creative writing skills. And also, if you join my channel as a member, we talk about how to answer some of these questions too. Matter of fact, this Sunday I wanted us to go over like what the difference between 3 different types of grants, like the $10,000 grant we're going over, I'm applying to for you guys live on YouTube, and even offer YouTube or whatever, all the way up until April 2nd. Well, that grant is like literally a 2-minute application versus like a $2 million grant that takes you 7 months to get a response back. I want to show you guys what that looks like versus a $100,000 grant opportunity where they're asking certain questions that, if you actually have a business plan, it will really help you out with answering these questions. Being properly prepared is the number one reason why most people don't get approved to these grants. Okay. All right. So that's just that. Now, you can get a grant for any type of business, any reason, anywhere you are located in the US. It doesn't matter. Okay. So you can get a grant for whatever, even if you're not in the US, you can be global. I have some clients that are based in the UK. I got clients here in Nigeria, right? Clients in Latin America, say habla español, right? So you guys can do this. You just have to give yourself the time and a chance, right? That's why I say apply to 1 grant a day, so that way you won't be so burnt out. If you try to apply to 30 grants in one day, then yes, you'll be burnt out. And then who's to say that by the time you get to the end of these applications, like, who's to say that like you remember what you put on there, or if the spelling and grammar is good, simply because you are tired. You know what I mean? So you want to make sure you're giving yourself a really good chance. Also, one thing I noticed is that some of you guys kind of wait to see like what other grant writers or what social media content creators are putting out there about like different opportunities you can apply to. Let me tell you something. Don't do that. Do not sit and wait on somebody to give you the opportunity on a platter, because what is that? That's still having that dependency mindset, and you don't want to depend on it on nobody at all. Okay, so use the grant search engine that I gave you, which is grantwatch.com, and search for grants yourself. Create an entire grant spreadsheet. And then, like I said in my last live stream, you can sell that grant list for $10 and make an extra stream of income, allowing you to have that extra stream of income, right, to invest into your service, your service or product. Especially for you guys who are a startup, right? If you need that extra money to purchase your LLC, if you need that money to develop your website, to buy the domain and all of these other things, well, why not search for these grants, create a grant list specifically for your industry, giving all of the people who are in your communities, going for these opportunities too, and selling that list for $10. $10, 100 people, boom, that's a cool $1,000. That's more than enough that you need to invest into your website and getting your LLC and all that good stuff based in the US. Okay, cool. And then also having a business website. I noticed that for all of my beautiful people out there, you've actually trusted me to apply to this $10,000 grant for you, right? Let me tell you something. If you have a business website that literally has like a clear, like pictures, has your logo, all that stuff, you don't understand how that website will really truly increase your chances of approvals. Let me tell you why. When you put that domain inside of the application, they're going to go to your website. The website is literally going to give them everything that they need. Everything that they need. Who you are. So you should have an about page. You should have a page with pictures and videos and like, some sort of something to let us know about your service or product. Like all of that stuff. Don't overthink it. Even if you have like a simple landing page, you need to have a website, right? Because we live in a digital age. So not every grant writer, or not grant writer, not every grantor wants to go through your business plan. A lot of the times you might see they might only ask for the executive summary. They might want a pitch deck, and then they want to know if you have a website. You might also notice that you will limit your opportunities by not having a business website. So you need to have a website. Now I got some people that can do a website for you, so you can always shoot me a text. The information is in the description, but you need to definitely work on that. All right, having a business website and committing to that. Just having an LLC and an EIN is no longer going to cut it anymore. You want to know why? Because a lot of y'all have LLCs from 2020 that's just been collecting dust and you haven't been generating any revenue. So what is the grantor supposed to believe when you are asking for $10,000 to get started with your business, but your LLC has been formed and been paid for since 2020? Matter of fact, if you haven't been paying your annual fees, then they're going to check that. And if you haven't been paying the annual fees, then technically you are no longer a business because your business is not active if you're not paying those annual fees. So they're going to question your legitimacy, right? They're going to question, are you really a deserving person to get these opportunities? Because it looks like you're not completely committed to your idea. See what I'm saying? What questions do you guys have? We're in the last 4 minutes of the live stream. I'm so blessed to have you guys here. What's going on? Rio, shout out to you, man. I'm so happy that you got a grant in the accelerator program. This is so dope. Accelerator programs are really, really fun, and it gives you the chance to network with others. Like you never know when you networking with somebody who actually was looking for your service or product, and it's like, wow, there's your first client. A lot of the times when you're oh, wait, sorry, can you hear me now? I think it was off. Can you hear me now? Because I put it on mute, so I'm so sorry about that. Maybe when I put it on mute, it actually like turned off the mic. This is a pretty good mic. Okay, good. Yeah. Can you guys hear the music in the background? I want to make sure I don't get a copyright strike, or I will make sure that this video is not monetized. Okay, I don't play. I do not play about this stuff. Okay, okay, perfect. All right, good. Any last minute questions before I let y'all go for the day? I know it's like the beginning of the day. I think it's 9:30 in the morning Eastern time over there for y'all. I hope y'all have a blessed Tuesday. A blessed Tuesday for sure. Keep in mind, no weapon formed against me shall prosper. Okay, so anybody who trying to stop your shine, don't even let them stop you. They can't dim your light. You know what? I got so many haters. I got old women, older women. Okay, I think I gotta charge it. I love y'all so much. Okay, we're gonna get up out of here. I'll see y'all in another video. I'll try to come on here later on today at 5 p.m. But if not, obviously you can catch me tomorrow at 9 a.m. Eastern time. Okay. I love you guys so much, and I'm gonna see y'all later. Okay. Bye. Shout out to you, Rio. Shout out to you, Sandra. Thank you so much for purchasing the course. I'm gonna send you an email, and I will see you guys.